Hello everybody, it's Kay with the Collective Soul Tarot. Thank you and welcome to another reading today for the collective, a general reading. We're going to do things a little different today. I decided I'm going to cut out the past part of the reading. We're just going to focus on today, like what's going on right now and what's going to happen in the near future. Just to kind of change it up a bit, you know, because sometimes focusing on the past, it's good for just removing cat hair here, guys, but it's good for knowing that this is for you. Like if what we describe for your past resonates with you, then you know for sure that this is your reading. But I think that you could probably know for sure anyways. So let's go ahead and get started, okay? And by the way, the free reading giveaway I'm doing from January 2nd to the 15th, if you want to get involved with it, all the information for it is down in the description box below the videos for the collective reading videos, okay? So say no more. Wow, look at this kind of crazy stuff going on here. Let's just put these back because that's pretty much the whole reading right there. We don't want to do it that way. Okay. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, thank you so much for being here with me today and for enveloping me in your beautiful angelic wings for protection and guidance. Thank you. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, will you please guide and assist me today with correctly interpreting the energies in the cards and to help me see clearly? Thank you so much. Oh, wow. We're just still going to do that. I think they were flipped and I just didn't realize it. Okay, let's go. Excuse me. Let's start with Archangel Michael and Holy Spirit. What messages do you have for the collective today in this general reading for Monday, January the 8th, 2024? Thank you. Okay, we're going to cut and get moving. So Archangel Michael, we're going to do present day and near future only for this collective reading. Thank you. Present day, we have wealthy man. Somebody's feeling pretty darn wealthy right now. And near future, high honor. High honor could be like a promotion. Whether you're feminine and you're thinking of somebody that's in this position as a wealthy man, they may be getting promoted or, you know, moving up in the ranks, whatever it is, but somebody or something like a company, organization, institution thinks highly of them. Or if you're a male collective, you or same-sex, whatever you want, this is you and you're feeling pretty darn good right now. Wealthy in every way, not just financially, and that there's somebody on your mind that you hold with high regard. Okay? All right, Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, what can you tell us about clarification for these two? Present day, near future. Okay, we have, I want to pull this one, the Sun. Wow, well that makes sense, doesn't it? And the dice card, which is a risk and a gamble, right? Okay, the Sun. Something's making you feel pretty good right now. Maybe you're thinking about somebody that makes you feel real good, that you're hoping to be able to take a risk on getting to know that person or reuniting with that person that you hold in high regard. Okay, near future, Archangel Michael, Holy Spirit. That's an expression. And divine timing. Timing, it's time. So right now, it's still in the think phase, thinking about phase. Near future, it's time. This is an expression of love back in the 1800s. A gentleman would give a female, a lady, a bouquet of tulips in particular. That was an expression without actually saying it with your words, that they think highly of you. Yeah. that they care about you, they're interested in you, they want to get to know you, or just that they love you. You know, I love you without saying it. The timing is in the near future. Near future is 2 to 3 months from now. Okay, it's all fluid though, so it might be sooner for you, whoever collective, and or it might be longer, a little longer. All right, so that's that. Let's start with tarot. Let's start clarifying with tarot. So collective, wealthy man. This usually goes from a man to a woman. So chances are this collective, this is you, male, masculine. And what cross watchers, this is for you. This is for you, okay? All right, what are we clarifying the wealthy man with? We have the King of Swords. Oh, somebody's coming out with, has a strategic plan for one thing, okay, right now, or is developing a plan to take this this risk. It must be it must be a strategic plan for this person, because to them, collective, to you, it's a risk. Okay, it's a gamble and a risk to be able to reach for your happiness by moving towards somebody you find in high, you hold in high regard. Okay, so you are definitely needing to devise a plan as a King of Swords to be strategic, so that you have the best possible outcome without the chance of failure. More of like a chance of success, right? We have the Seven of Pentacles, and I got no, it was in reverse for some reason. Yep, Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So you realize that before, with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, you had been sowing your seeds and reaping, but it's like you hadn't done it in a way that you feel as though it was to your most benefit, your highest benefit. You feel like that possibly you were settling. Like the Seven of Pentacles upright is just like, you can see what you have harvested. You can see what you've grown, to reap the seeds that you've sown in the past. You've been reflecting on the past, looking at what it is that you've allowed into your physical experience, right, to your life. In the reverse, it's kind of like you're thinking that it's not as much as you would have hoped it to have been. Sort of the reflection upon it has been not, without saying it's been disappointing, but it's not. I mean, it depends how you feel about that, right? It could be disappointing to some of you, but all of you just kind of like, yeah, okay, that's what I got, and I understand the reasons for it, but you want more. You want to persevere, and so that you can reach your goals of reaping even more in the future with somebody possibly. Okay, and we have the Justice card. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify these other cards here. The Sun card and the Dice card. So let's talk about the Sun card, please, first, Archangel Michael. What can we know about the Sun card? The Empress. The Empress. Somebody makes you incredibly happy, right? Four of Cups. Okay. And the Eight of Swords. Okay, let's talk about the dice now. I want to know more about the Four of Cups and the Empress. But let's talk about the dice card first, okay? Archangel Michael, thank you. We have the King of Wands. Yeah, that's a guy who's going to take a risk for sure. Oh, the High Priestess in reverse. Very interesting. So somebody is going to take a risk, and he's going to be revealing his secrets. He's not holding his tongue anymore. Right? That book is of the High Priestess's secrets, what she knows she's not saying. Because she intuits, and she intuits that everybody needs to find out on their own. You know, intuitively, it's something you need to learn to do yourself and to know on your own. So they're not going to be speaking their what they know is their truth in their book of secrets. Well, it's the same for whoever this represents, right? They know stuff, but they're not going to reveal it. But in the reverse, it's going to be revealed. It's no longer be held as a secret anymore. But it's possible that it's more like he might have gained some intuition in the past, but now he's not going to be using his intuition. He's going to be a shaker and a mover. He's going to take action, in other words. He might already know what he needs to do from before, right? When he intuited it. Now he's taking action. And I looked on the back for some reason, and here's the Ace of Wands. So I want to know, you know, that's a brand new path. Divinely inspired, opportunity to move forward on a passionate new pursuit. Archangel Michael, I am confused about the Empress and the Four of Cups here. Can you please clarify this for us, please? Thank you. Right. What is it about these two right here? Ace of Cups, Six of Wands, and oh, he said look on the back, 9, and then the Knight of Wands. Huh. Okay. So these two together, he said to look on the back of the deck after I had pulled the first two cards. So first card is Ace of Cups. The divine at one time. See, now this, all right, so he might have been offered by the divine a meeting of the hearts, right, with the Empress. May not have been an Empress in the past. So again, it's just that he's been given a divine brand new beginning of love, you know, a path of unconditional, like great love, right? Great love. Six of Wands, Nine of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. This is this is clarifying that he at one time, he had rejected this one here, I should say. They're giving us a little bit of backstory, because I mean, even though we're not doing the past, it does help to clarify what's going on with us right now and what may be leading us to the future. So we're going to get a little bit from Archangel Michael by the looks of it, because there was some player day times with this wealthy man, with you collective, and you had been up in your head, like a lot of like pride and ego at the time when you rejected. The rejection has caused you a great deal of mental anguish because of your prior ways, and also losing sleep at night. I mean, this was been incredible. It's been bothering you a lot, and that's what all this is saying. And it was because simply you were in different energy back then. Excuse me. Yeah, you were in a different energy, one where, it was about you. It was more about you needing to be recognized and acknowledged, maybe by people you held in some kind of valuable regard. that you weren't being, you didn't feel like you were, and so you were searching for it elsewhere, right? Searching for it elsewhere, and you end up running into this one here, who, like I said, probably wasn't an empress back then. She's probably grown and looks like she's become an empress now. Now, it could also mean too that she's married in a committed relationship with somebody, but it also could be telling us that this was your wife. This was your wife that caused you a lot of mental anguish and rejected you at some point, and that she was in player energy too as well. But it could go both ways, or whatever way it resonates for you. But this one here is one that makes you incredibly happy, okay? And that you were now been given, now you're, because you realize who it is that makes you incredibly happy, and you're following your heart to take this gamble and risk. It's the divine has said, okay, we're rolling out the red carpet for you. We want you to be on your heart's desired path of great love. Now we know we're listening to your heart, and so forth and so on. Okay, so now so the justice had come in from, you developed a strategy because you've been looking, reflecting on the past, and you're realizing things were not just for whoever you were with before and yourself and whoever this empress was. Okay, so the divine has come in to balance the scales so that you could take a gamble and a risk towards your happiness with taking charge of your life, taking your life back from what you gave your energy, your whole self, your demeanor, your whole self-esteem, self-confidence, to whatever level you gave it away to the one that you were committed to before. And you held your tongue. You held your tongue about the person that really was on your mind a lot, and you knew was in your heart. And you're not keeping that secret anymore. You're taking charge, taking control, and you're going to be moving towards that one, no longer keeping secrets like that from them, with that another divine offer, these aces, right? Divine offer. All right, high honor, please, Archangel Michael. You're moving forward. Like, this is what your plan is, to move forward towards back to somebody you fell in love with in the past, and you've never opened yourself up to that before, and now you are. And you want to speak it, even if you don't actually speak it. Okay, let's go. High honor, please. The Star. Yeah, that was the next card that came out after this one here on the bottom of the deck. It was there. Okay, the Star. High honor, right? 9 of Wands. Wounded Warrior. And the 8 of Cups. Right. Okay, tulips, please. Death. The Fool. And the Ace of Swords. Wow, 3 aces. Look at how they're lined up here like this. Okay, let's talk about the clock. The time card, clock card. Oh, the 4 of Wands in reverse. Hey, okay. And the 4 of Pentacles. With the King of Pentacles in reverse. Do I have my deck upside down or what? Because I don't usually get that many reversals. Okay, well, it's for a reason. Yep, it looks like, I mean, the King of Pentacles in reverse is like the type of person who is really, really just so focused on their material possessions, you know, holding on to their pentacles, very attached to their pentacles, more so than they were attached to any kind of commitment, especially towards this one. So this is telling us that it's time, you know, to do the turnaround, right? It's time to be upright. It's time for upright way of being. So there's someone you keep in high regard. There's somebody who shines in your sky, your night sky. They are your star. They heal you. And you know that if you were to be with them, that you'd be able to heal that relationship. You feel that way because there's been a lot of wounds, a lot of like just feeling like life has taken it out of you. And you know that it probably took it out of her too when the way you left. And so this is where you left. The Nine of Wands, wounded warrior, you left her, your star, behind. You left her behind, okay? And the the expression that you never gave her, again, like with the priestess, keeping your secrets, right? You have felt this way, but you never gave it to her. You never expressed, never told her. You felt this way. And back in the day, they would show up at the door somewhere and hand it to you, or have somebody do it for you with a note. But this is saying it was never, you've always held them in high regard, but it was never received. But it's time. It's time for that. And it says here, there's a death and transformation that you have caused. You caused death and transformation for yourself over here because, you know, you have been listening to your heart. It may have been a really slow transition for you in the sense that the truth that you knew, the Ace of Swords, right? And the energy you felt like you just wanted to be able to just carelessly and whimsically, yeah, whatever it is, whimsically. Why can't I say that word? Okay, well, it's not unusual. So let's say you just wanted to be like a little impulsive and come forward with your truth about it. I mean, these are things that you have been thinking about for a long time, but you couldn't. But with your heart and your mind, slowly over time evolving, speaking to each other and listening to each other over time, like maybe years, definitely months, but it'd be a lot of months, but I would say years, right? Because these things take time. I mean, especially if you're resistant to it and in denial of it, not wanting to know how you really, really felt, that passion you had for them. It has been taking time. Like the scales need to be balanced. All that takes time. All of it takes time because we are human beings with emotions, right? If it was just a mind, we'd be changing our minds like this all the time. But with the emotion, it's that memory. We remember things, but it doesn't mean we can't deny them. We remember the way we feel. That's the memory in us. The mind is just like, let's just think it and let it go. Think it and let it go, but it's the emotion that we keep remembering. The feeling we had about how we think about someone or something. So you have been slowly evolving this, like mulling it around in your mind until, you turn purple in the face. And so you have finally said, I'm putting an end to that. Put an end to that because I need to transform. Well, you may not have actually said it that way, but that's what this card means. Death and transformation. So that you can boldly move forward as you've been daydreaming or fantasizing about doing back towards your Empress here. You see her as an Empress now, you see, and be nothing, like wipe the slate clean for one thing, and then just move forward in truth and honesty, clarity and integrity and transparency, right? That's what this is all about. And this then leading that new path with her, walking down that new path with her in this kind of energy. Okay, everything's more out in the open between the two of you, at least between the two of you. Because it's time to do that, which means whatever you were holding back before, right, it needs to end. You were not committed to her. You weren't committed to her. This is the 4 and Wands in reverse. You were like, yeah, I wanted, you might have told her that you would like to have a life with her or whatever, but you didn't, you weren't able to. And you were probably feeling as though if you were to move towards her, it would mean that you would lose a lot of your pentacles, a lot of your wealth, okay? A lot of your wealth. So this is like the King of Pentacles here. So you see, even though we don't actually take a card of the past here and talk about the past first before we move to present day and then near future, the past has to come in, because we have to understand what these messages and advice is about, like guidance. Message and divine guidance is about what do they mean by this, right? It's time for what? Well, I can intuit that it's time that you were to show up with these tulips in hand because you think very, very highly of her. However, we're seeing that it's more about you not having done that, even in the near future. Near future, we're talking about you still hold her in high regard. You still have these feelings for her. And the divine is saying, now it's time for you to turn that around. You see, turn that around. Turn it around and actually open up and bring those, or tell her whatever your feelings, okay? It's about turning you around. No longer holding on to your money. No longer making that more important than great love with somebody who is like she's at the top of her game, this one is. She is a high vibe resonancy type of individual. She, would make you, if not already does make you, incredibly happy. Many things have been revealed to you through the divine telling you about, what's in your heart, right? The divine speaks through our heart. So you have become to realize that this is what you want. But you also have come to realize that you couldn't commit to her. You couldn't commit to her. If this was in the upright, you could, or at least wanted to. But you were more committed to the pentacle, and it's possible you said something like to her, if you had a discussion about, I don't know. I mean, I guess it'd have to depend on whether you told her you were married or not, or in a long-term commitment. But if you, let's say you did, let's say that's, it depends on what it is for you. So whatever, but whatever way it works for you. But for example, if you were at the time, she knew that you were married, okay, but maybe you told her that you were getting a divorce or you were separated, you weren't together anymore, but you're still married. And she might have said something like, well, why don't you get divorced? Well, I would lose too much money. I believe she would take me for everything I have. That'd be kind of something you would say to her. So in other words, you're actually telling her you could never fully commit to her because the money was more important to you at the time. Okay? So the divine is saying it's time for you to turn that around. Turn it around so it's like this. It's like you're not focused on that anymore and you can commit now. Okay? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But yeah, it's time for this now. Commitment, because you're following your heart. Divine knows what you want. And the 4 of Pentacles, you're saying, I have grown and evolved now. I am that wealthy man and I'm no longer attached to my pentacles. Yes, I like to have them and they make life really nice. But I also want that great love in my life, more than I want the pentacle. Okay? So I hope that was helpful to you. I would like to pull a couple of tarot cards, or not tarot card, oracles. This is Colette Baron Reeves, the Dreamweaver Oracle. What kind of advice can we get from the Oracle now? Insight and advice. Okay. Let me know what you think about just doing the present and the near future read, okay? Leaving the past out of it. If you like it or not, or if you'd like me to go back to doing that. Okay, let's just do two, because you know you have to read them. These cards are like, what does that mean? When the storm spirits play. Okay? And this one here is number 26. For the wind that blows our sails. Okay, so let's read the first one, which is number 1, actually. When the storm spirits play, that's this one. The essential meaning is understanding how to navigate divine chaos, clear the air, stir the pot, and scatter seeds. Bring new possibilities, scatter new seeds, right? 7 of Pentacles. This is where you hadn't been sowing the kind of seeds that you were wanting to sow for what you were wanting to have in your life, to grow in your life. And you're realizing this, so that's really great. You're being asked to surrender your need to control outer circumstances, because outer circumstances is just a result of what's going on inside of us. People don't want to know that, honestly. That's why I have so few people watch the videos. It's because people who hear about the inner work that needs to be done in order for your outer circumstances to change, that means you have to take responsibility for your life and change your inner landscape, which Colette Baron Reed talks about all the time. Changing your inner landscape so that your outer landscape actually reflects that, because we are creators. We're not people who just walk around without really having an effect on our environment. We do it more so with our energy than we do with our words and our feelings, our emotions and our actions. But it's all energy too. All thinking, the emotions and the actions, it's all energy. So yeah, it's very energetically created is your environment, because of how you think and feel inside of yourself. And people don't want to hear that. They really don't. But I'm here. I'm going to stay here, because it's the way to find your true and ultimate happiness, is by figuring out the things that are going on inside of you need to change. Your way you're thinking and feeling about your past, in particular, is something that you would want to change in order for you to be truly at peace and happy. That's if you want it, of course. If you want to be peaceful and happy. I know I do. I've done a lot of work on myself to get myself where I'm at. So I'm going to continue reading this. You're being asked to surrender your need to control outer circumstances, which is based on a desire to feel more certain, avoid confrontation, or resist change. So those are the things I had to work on. To feel more certain, to avoid confrontations, and to resist. And I, was resisting change, until I wasn't resisting change. This card signifies a time to trust that this chaos, this disorder, this turbulence that has shown up in your life is temporary but important. You're now able to let go of what is unnecessary, or that which you've resisted releasing. Consider how clear the air is after a storm, how dead branches are pruned from trees, and how potent seeds are scattered so new life can sprout in new soil, right? New life in new soil. Let's see, because the new soil is you, the mindset reset I talk about. It is about resetting your thinking patterns from being largely negative, and there's 63,000 thoughts on average that us human beings have in every 24 hours. Okay, and about 90%, 88% or so of those are negative in nature. So that tells you what our inner landscape looks like. Okay, negative in nature thoughts create negative feelings, right? Which creates physical dis-ease, like problems with our physical body and mental self too, not to mention our emotional self. So it invites you to see things from alternative perspectives. So hang yourself upside down, like in the Hangman, and it provides you a lot of valuable information. New important possibilities arise from the chaos at hand. For now, the highest good for you is to remain in the center of the storm. Meditate and be mindful of your reactions, and not just your actions, but you won't have to react if you have a thought that you wouldn't want to react. There's no need to react to it. You're more neutral. As you don't yet have all the information needed to make an authentic choice, watch and wait. Meditation is great for that. There is a divine reordering at the root of this chaos. Listen deeply for the epiphany rising to greet you, and you will know the gifts this experience holds for you. When the storm spirits play, amazing things are stirred up through the divine change for the highest good of all. Remember, you are a weaver of dreams too. Even if you must pivot, even if the threads of your destiny get frayed, the pattern you set will be breathtaking. Yeah, so it's a pattern way of thinking that when you change it from mostly being negative to positive, just imagine what you feel like and what your world outside of you, your environment that you think is outside of you looks like, right? That would be an amazing experience for you. And I can say that from my own, experiences. I have had those changes in my life, and I would never go back to the way I was. Not that I could, but I would never choose to, because I like this. I like what I have now. For the wind that blows our sails, essential meaning is forward movement, coming out of a slow period, a time for action. Wow. We talked about this had to be an evolution, right? It was just something that took time for you to reset your mindset. But you're taking action here as the King of Wands, right? Because you got forward movement towards the time is now for you to have turned yourself around, because you're that wealthy man now, the King of Pentacles in the upright. Okay, this is the time for action. Your obstacles have dissolved. You've integrated the deep work you've been doing, and well, this is great news, collective. And you are on the other side of the dry spell. How wonderful, how wonderful to now have the energy to take the next steps unencumbered by the past. Wow, that's great. I mean, you see her, you have value in this one now. She makes you really happy. You found something within you that said, I can, I'm valuable too. I can do whatever I want to do, because I used to. I just laid that aside for the time being while I was in another committed relationship, possibly with a karmic soulmate. This is a time of new beginnings, of the excitement that comes with seeing your dreams coming to fruition after challenging work. Others may call you lucky, but you know what work it took to get here, and I do know that myself. This time of expansion is not one to take lightly or for granted. Smooth sailing is not always offered to you, and that's for sure. It's still very much like this, it's just not like this. So, it's a little bit easier on the ups and the downs, or the highs and the lows from day to day. Now the wind that blows your sails is steady, and you feel the hand of the divine next to yours on the wheel. Stay in touch with that partnership. Stay awake and aware, as waves can rise up out of nowhere and knock you off your feet, right? Have confidence that you are sailing in the perfect direction for you toward a destiny that will flourish. Go the distance, it says. So that's perfect. That's beautiful. And congratulations on this, on the work that you've done, collective, on yourself. Just don't stop. Keep going. All right. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.